My name is Gasamagera. I come from Africa in a country called Rwanda. My parents discovered that I was HIV positive when I was only 5. I've grown up with HIV. I live in the United States as a permanent resident in the state of Michigan. Currently, I'm involved in AIDS activity. In my personal life, I work as an archivist in a car-related company. I am currently a board member of the international community of women living with HIV, representing North America. I'm an alternate member of the International Steering Committee of the International Community of Women Living with HIV, representing North America. I am currently founding with other immigrants a non-profit called Arise, which advocate for the rights of immigrants living with HIV. Arise stands for AIDS, refugee, immigrants, and survivor of human trafficking engage. We want to engage in HIV and AIDS, in ending HIV and AIDS. We want to break the barriers preventing immigrants to access services. I am now currently a key correspondent for the International AIDS Alliance. I develop stories and articles for the International AIDS Alliance, and I worked for the Countdown to Zero for UNICEF working as a blogger. I like writing. I'm an author of my personal biography on how to live with HIV for over 30 years. I hope it will be out soon. I worked quite in a different position in the past. I spent my 20 years very active. I initiated and founded a non-profit and community-based organization of young people living with HIV in Rwanda when I was 18. My journey continued. I worked in different organizations. I served as a member of the Community Program Committee for the International AIDS Society from 2011 to 2014. I have served as a member of the UNAIDS High-Level Commission on HIV Prevention as a youth representative. I have served in the UNAIDS Positive Women Dialogue platform as a young woman in the dialogue platform. I have served as a youth consultant in the development of the adolescents and young people's sexual reproductive health policy in my country. I really worked in different parts. I served as in the youth consultation on ICPD beyond 2014. ICPD stands for International Conference on Population and Development. I served and I'm still serving. So now I'm here to talk about the upcoming United Nations General Assembly meeting, where they will be talking about sustainability plan. We are now beyond the MDGs, the Millennium Development Goals, and the MDG number 4, which means reducing maternal mortality, and MDG number 5, which stand for improved maternal health, will be combined in one goal, which will be maximizing healthy lives and achieving well-being for all. Now we need to define how young people are going to be part of that process of making sure that we maximize healthy lives and achieve well-being for all. We need to be part of the process of developing the plan. First of all, we need leaders, government leaders and donors to understand that they need to increase funding for youth-led organizations. There's no way they're going to know what young people need unless they are present at the conference, and not only at the conference but back in their respective country when they're involved in the development of the plans, in the design of the project, implementation, reporting, monitoring and evaluation of all projects related to sexual reproductive health and development of youth. We need young people to be there and to know what is going to be the next plan. We need to make sure that young people are meaningfully involved in all this process, as I said. And when it comes to the MDG number six, which is combat HIV and AIDS, malaria and other disease, these MDGs will be another MDGs, which is ending AIDS. Ending AIDS means a lot of things for young people, and we really want to be part of that movement of ending AIDS. Ending AIDS for us means that leaders and donors understand that HIV and AIDS affect young people more than other population. There are some facts. Fact number one, young people represent the face of HIV. Fact number two, young people living with HIV are missed faces when it comes to HIV prevention, treatment and care services and programs. And fact number three, wisdom doesn't come only with age. Wisdom comes with experience too. Young people have experience of what is happening in their lives, and they are really ready to be part of the process of making decisions when it comes to things that matters to them. Young people understand the political language that is used at the table of discussion. We just need to be empowered. But the rest, when it comes to our lives, when it comes to our sexual reproductive health, when it comes to our development, we need to have a voice. We need to be there. Ending AIDS means world leaders need to understand that young people living with HIV should be at the front line of the fight against HIV and AIDS. You cannot end AIDS when we are not part of the movement. You cannot reach far. We have the key, and the world needs to understand. And for that, increase funding for young people living with HIV networks, and increase involvement of young people living with HIV in the in making decision on HIV and AIDS programs. With ending AIDS means that the world leaders and the donors and the pharmaceutical companies understand that we need to increase funding for HIV and AIDS researches. We need to make sure that all people from all backgrounds have access to HIV treatment. We need to we need to make sure that young people are part of the people having access to HIV treatment. We need, in ending AIDS, means we need the world leaders to understand that it's time to end HIV and AIDS related hate, ignorance, stigma, discrimination, and criminalization law and policies. These laws, these policies are not helping. They are negatively impacting the efforts and accomplishment we have done so far. We cannot afford to go back where we came from. So we are urging the world leaders to abolish criminalization laws. This will mean ending AIDS. This will give us happiness and peace that we are moving forward ending AIDS. Ending AIDS means ending HIV prevention of mother-to-child transmission. It means children are born free of HIV. We cannot reach that unless we involve young women living with HIV in the decision making when it comes to the manufacturing of the medicine, the design of the programs, and the implementation. We need to be there. It's our lives. It's the life of our newborns. It's it's about lives of our future. We need to be part of that. We need the world to commit more resources to HIV and AIDS researches, to newer medicine for all people. We need to make sure that all people have access to treatment. We need to make sure young people are part of the process. I have something in the end to tell you. It will take time to tell whether young people living with HIV, activists, have hurt the world or have helped the world. It will take time to tell whether we have made a positive impact, but it's obvious that we will not leave the fight against HIV and AIDS where we found it. I am confident that we are leaving behind a legacy that AIDS did not define who we are. AIDS did not define our dignity. AIDS did not define our rights. We may see the end of AIDS, but we may not. But we have hope that AIDS will be over one day. Thank you.